John and Christian. It's the first time you guys are seeing Christian, but I've worked out with John before. So yeah, it's gonna be back and by. My back is still kind of bothering me, but we're gonna see how it goes. I don't know. Music isn't loud, but it probably sounds super loud because of the fans. I don't know why, but this is the only gym where it sounds completely like ridiculously loud, no matter what. All right, let's get into this. Guys, I really hate my facial hair, especially while it's like, I can see the camera's kind of dark, so it just puts a weird shadow on my face, and I hate it so much. I think they're playing Yeet. I only listened to one song by him, and it's the most famous TikTok one. I've only really listened to Money So Big. Alright, so we're starting with pull-ups to warm up. I'm gonna do like 3 sets of failure. Wow. I mean, then you have...
We're warming up, right?
Then you have that. Yeah. Okay, see, so that's what happens when you work out with them. They're just wild. That was pretty fucking scary. All right, next we're doing a hammer strength low row. We're doing probably like 3 to 4 working sets here. 6 to 8 reps. Come on. One more. Ah. And 4. Right? Wow, my face is really impressive. Fuck. Okay, next we have hammer strength seated row. Again, we're gonna do like 3 to 4 working sets and then move on. We probably won't do a drop set here, but I'm not sure yet. We're gonna see how the workout goes. Okay, we're doing a drop set, so we're gonna do a drop set here. Look, this is what it's like working out with John. He knows everybody in the gym. So we just wait. Alright, the pump cover has been officially taken off. We are now going to a T-bar row, which we're going to use the landmine for. So you just kind of set it up in a corner of your gym. If you have that little piece, it works better. But if not, you just take the barbell and you wedge it in the corner. Just like that. Use that, and it's right here. So if you, you gotta find the right piece placement. Because like, sometimes I feel like you're gonna like fall forward. But that's perfect right there. Like this? Yeah. Just like that.
I guess I'm starting.
Yes. Is it going?
Nine, 10.
Alright, so in this video I wanted to explain to you guys best ways to start a cut, how to actually calculate your calories that you need when you're in a deficit, and how to actually break down your macros, so your proteins, fats, and carbs. The first thing I'm going to say, getting into this, I have been cutting now basically off camera in a sense for 3 weeks now. 3 weeks, and it's just, like I said, if you've watched my last video, the reason why I haven't picked up a camera, but now I'm feeling a lot better, so I want to share this with you guys. I want to get back into YouTube, making sure that I'm getting out at least one video a week, so that's what we're going to do. If I seem kind of tired, it's because I kind of am. It is currently 7:55 in the morning. I am drinking my coffee. So this is a little bit of a coffee talk, and I'll get into in another video basically a full day of eating on how I make my coffee and all of that stuff because coffee is probably like the first thing that a lot of people make the mistake with, of kind of overindulging on a cut. In a sense, you don't think it's liquid calories. You think liquid calories don't count. They do, and they add up. Let's start off with, why do you want to cut? Now, this can be any single reason you want. It could just be wanting to look good for yourself. It could be wanting to look good for somebody else. Do not feel bad if that's the case. The first time I ever cut, the reason I ever did it was just because I wanted to look good for girls. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. So if that's the case, by all means, you just want to know what the reason is and kind of have a strong like conviction towards it, because I will tell you that during the cut, sometimes you like need to remind yourself. You'll get to moments where you kind of want to break or go off it and just give up. You got to remember why you started and what the goal is. I made a post the other day on my story. Someone asked me, how do I get motivation to go to the gym? And I don't always have motivation to go to the gym. I don't always have motivation to be on the cut, but I look at what I want and where I was and where I want to get, and it reminds me that that's why I'm doing this. It's not because I just like torturing myself. And honestly, I'm not even going to say it's a torture, but you get what I'm saying. It's going to be difficult at times, so you got to remember. And so what I do is I think about what I want. I know what I have to do to get there, and that's that. So you just got to make sure that that is something that you know and something that you can use as a tool basically in your toolbox when you get to hard moments. I'm not trying to scare you off either. I'm telling you, it's really not as difficult as you think it is. A lot of people make it harder than it is, and I'm here to try to make it very simple for you guys. I don't have a whiteboard right now with me, which would be the best way to do this, because I would be able to show you guys exactly, write it down on a board. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hope my editing skills are pretty good, and I'm going to use my wall. So I'm going to basically write on my wall. Now basically when you want to start a cut, you need to know what your body weight is when you first start a cut, because yes, you don't want the scale to be your end-all be-all, but at the same time, it is a very good indication of if you're making progress. Now, there's other ways of telling if you're making progress, just the mirror test, and that's literally looking at yourself and seeing if you look a little bit leaner, if you look a little bit better. This one, I would say, is a little bit more difficult and also kind of subjective, which is totally fine. But at the same time, if you want hard evidence that you're on the right track, I would highly recommend you weigh yourself daily, at maybe, if you don't want to weigh yourself daily, every other day. The reason that is because you want to be able to track your weight every single day and see if you are gaining, losing, or maintaining weight. And that will be a good indication whether the next steps of what you have to do in your cut. First thing you need, your body weight. Once you have your body weight, you are going to then pick between the numbers 14 and 16. So they're not just random numbers, it's the amount of calories you're eating per pound of body weight. The way you would choose is, you don't just kind of like, alright, I like the number 15 better than the number 16, or I like 14, or the way you choose this number is based on your activity level. So 14 is somebody who is not that active. You basically sit at a desk all day, maybe a desk job, and I'm not talking about working out or doing any cardio. I'm just strictly talking about activity level throughout your day that doesn't involve you going to the gym. And so 14 is going to be not very active. 15 is going to be slightly active. So this is, you get up, you go for a walk daily. You kind of do, I know I wasn't talking about cardio, but I'm talking about cardio in the gym, like extra cardio. But let's say that you decide to go for a walk, or you walk your dogs, or your work is kind of hybrid where it's up and down. It is somebody who is slightly more active than a not active person at all. And then 16 is going to be for somebody who's very active, on your feet all day, maybe like a waiter, waitress. Maybe your job is walking dogs. Think about it like that, and that's for somebody who's very active. So you're going to use one of those numbers, 14, 15, or 16. I don't know if my hands are on the same spot that I put them on, but you guys get the gist of it. So you're going to choose from one of those numbers. Now that you have your body weight and you have picked that number, all you're going to have to do is you're going to multiply your body weight in pounds times that number. So for me, I'm a pretty active person. I'm on my feet. I'm a personal trainer. Honestly, it's tough for me to get myself to sit at my desk unless it's nighttime. So I try to get myself to sit at my desk, but I don't too much. And That's why I would choose 16. So my body weight, 159 pounds when I started this cut, multiplied by 16 is going to give you 2,544 calories. That's my maintenance calories. So maintenance calories is the calories I need to eat daily to neither gain weight nor lose weight. That's going to be mine. Yours is going to be different. So don't just watch this video and be like, all right, my calories are 2,544 calories because he said his are. It's not going to work for everybody. Everybody has different body, different metabolism. Now, with that being said, 2,544 is a guesstimate towards your maintenance calories. Now, like I said, there's different things that can play and factor into this number. So it might be more and it might be less. You won't know though until you start actually eating at those calories or eating under those calories. Once you have those calories and you want to see what you need to eat in a cut, you're going to then subtract 300 to 500 calories. Now, if you want a very aggressive cut, I would say 500 calories. I would not do more than that in the beginning. But for me, I started with subtracting 300 calories because the faster you lose weight, the more risk you are to losing muscle. And that's never the goal, because the more muscle you have, even the leaner you are, you're going to look bigger. The goal is to keep as much muscle as you can throughout the whole cut. So you're going to start with 300 calories. So for me, 2,544 calories, subtract 300 calories, that's 2,244 calories. That's what I started with in the beginning of this cut. It worked for me. I was losing weight fairly slowly, which was okay. That's what I wanted. Now that you have this number, that's the amount of calories you need to be eating daily to be in a calorie deficit. You have to test it out a little bit. What I mean by that is that might not be an accurate number. That might be too little calories. It might be too much calories. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to track your weight every single day for about a week and a half at those calories. And if you're not seeing any change in your body weight and it stays the same, then that essentially would be your maintenance calories. If you're seeing your body weight drop drastically, so by the end of the week you drop like 3-4 pounds, then you're going to want to add in a few calories. So basically I would say start with adding 100 calories, then add 100 more if it's still kind of dropping crazy, but go gradually up. And if you are in the other side of things where you're gaining weight every single day on the calories that you have figured out to be your calorie deficit, then it means that technically you're in a calorie surplus and you have to still lower more calories. So let's say I went a full week at eating 2,244 calories and I saw my weight increasing every single day. I would then have to drop 100 more calories to see if now maybe I'm in a calorie deficit. If that doesn't work, then I'll drop 100 more calories until I get to a number where I start seeing the scale move down. That's the best way to essentially figure out your calories. You can use a calorie calculator online and kind of play with it that way as well. Again, it's going to be the same thing though. If you use that calculator, it's not going to be able to tell you exactly how many calories you need in a day for maintenance or deficit or a surplus. So you have to test it out. And again, testing it out means eating at those calories for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and kind of tracking your weight every single day. Okay, so we went over how to calculate your calories for a deficit, but now you need to know how to actually calculate your macros, so that is your protein, your carbs, and your fats. So we're gonna do that right now. The easiest one is your protein. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna pick from about 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I usually go towards the higher end of things. For me, in the beginning, I weighed 159 pounds, so I was doing about 160 grams of protein every single day. Once you have that, you can multiply that number by 4. The reason you're going to want to multiply that number by 4 is because there's 4 calories per gram of protein. So for me, it's going to take up 640 calories out of the 2,244 calories that I have daily. I'm going to subtract 640 calories from 2,244 calories, which gives me a total of 1,604 calories. This is how many calories I have left to work with. Once I have that number, I'm now going to figure out my fat. For fat, you're going to want to use a range of 0.3 to 0.4. So I'm going to choose around 0.35. I prefer less fat in my diet, even though fat is very important. You need fat, so do not cut it out completely. But I prefer to eat carbs. So for me, I'm going to pick 0.35, and I'm going to multiply that number by 160 because that's the body weight that I'm using. 56 grams of fat. So right now I have 160 grams of protein, 56 grams of fat. So now that I have 56 grams of fat, I'm going to multiply that number by 9. So the reason we're going to multiply it by 9 is because there is 9 calories per gram of fat. 9 times 56 is 504. Fat is the most dense in calories per gram. 9 calories per gram, it does add up. That is why peanut butter, avocado, oils are all very high calorie because it is so dense. So now that we have subtracted our calories from protein, our calories from fat, now we can figure out how many grams of carbs we're going to eat daily. So the number that we have left, for me it's 1,100. I'm going to divide that by 4 because there's 4 calories per gram of carb, 276 grams of carbs. So I have 160 grams of protein, 56 grams of fat. So that is my macro breakdown every single day. That is what I need to be eating to hit my calories. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to track it using MyFitnessPal, as well as read the labels on the back of all the food. Thank you for watching. I know this video is probably... I was trying not to make it confusing. It's just I don't have a whiteboard with me, and I know that it would make it so much easier if I did. But I will be getting one, and when I do, I will make sure that I make this video again in a proper manner. If you have any questions, again, leave them in the comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So let's get absolutely shredded. Alright? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want, you can just hit the like button as well. It'll really help the channel grow. And if you don't follow me on all the other social medias like Instagram and TikTok, you can find me at sam.zakka. I will leave it on the screen. So, hope you guys have a great day wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.